Ooh, sounds ominous.
That's new. I love it.
It is new. It gives you the option.
See,
If you
we'll
have
see,
not
we'll
been to
see.
Froggy Friday before, ladies and gentlemen, it is interactive. It is sharing. And today we have our incredible Reverend Gwen Smith in the house. Yeah! We have Lamech going to shine his light. And we also have our very own Nancy going to shine her light.
Yay.
So fasten your spiritual seatbelts because we're about to take off.
Let's start by singing, Barb.
I love singing. You know I do.
We
You know
start
I do.
this. This is our song.
Yes.
This
Go
is
ahead,
our
baby.
song. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Tag.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Go, sister.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done, we are one.
Ooh, you took it to church.
Love it.
Oh, we gotta have the humor and the hilarity into this. Welcome, whoever's coming on. Oh, Charity, hello, hello, hello. This is great. Everybody's blinking in. We have started, but you're not too late to come on in. We are always welcoming anybody and everybody and all your family and friends. I mean, gather them around. Patrick, Philip, bring them all in. We know they're there. We don't have any Kasumu today, do we? Where's our Kasumu peeps? They might be having some power problems. We heard from Duke.
Yeah,
at,
Duke said he was
TV.
having a challenge.
And there might be a challenge there as well. Okay.
The president was visiting Kisumu today. Maybe they're still with him.
The who?
That's a joke.
Our president.
Oh, well, we do have some pretty prominent members of our community, so I'm sure they would be the ones greeting the president. So yeah.
The president should be so lucky.
Yes, exactly. I think that's your favorite president of all time, right? Do I know that right? You want to say something? I know, Patrick.
No comment, no comment.
No comment. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. So it's so great to be here with you today. I wanted to talk today about the principles of science of mind. Does anybody know what that means? How come I can't do this?
Why don't you tell us what it means, Reverend Gwen?
Well, I'm not sure. I just want to get the camera up. Just give me a second. I just can't seem to get both going here.
It's so great to see people from all over the world on this Zoom room. We have people from everywhere, and my heart is so grateful to receive all of you. Reverend Gwen and I are so delighted to see you, to be with you.
I was really excited about coming on today because, you know, to be with our community. We've had such a good time in classes. That last class was exceptional. And we all came together and it was just this nice visiting and question and answers. And that's what we want in Froggy Friday too. So at the end, we'll open it up and anybody can ask questions and we can share. And so today, like I said, sorry?
No, I was just going to say, as you're timing your clock, we'll be done at 11 o'clock, just so you can pace yourself and know what to expect.
There you go. Yeah. If you have other things to get to, we'll be done 9 o'clock your time. So when I was going over this, I was looking through the textbook and stuff, and I remember being well into my second year science mind classes, and I discovered this poem at the very beginning of the textbook. I never checked out the textbook before from the beginning. I only did what the homework required me. I never read the foreword or this poem. And it's a beautiful thing as welcoming from Dr. Holmes. So it goes like this. Peace be unto thee, stranger. Enter and be not afraid. I've left the gate open, and thou art welcome to my home. There is room in my house for all. I have swept the hearth and lighted the fire. The room is warm and cheerful, and you will find comfort and rest within. I thought, what a beautiful way to bring somebody into this teaching. Be not afraid. Well, I never felt I was ever afraid. I was more curious. But the house has been prepared and the table has been set for everyone to feast on this philosophy. And it is for everyone to be nourished, and everyone is welcome. Dr. Ernest Holmes was a prolific writer, and he was interviewed many times. And once during an interview on a radio program, he was asked, and this is so the story goes. I wasn't there, so it's all hearsay, but this is the way the story goes. He was asked, what does he believe in? What is this about? And he asked for a few minutes to think about it, and he went off and he returned with a bunch of points being written down on a page. And it was the spiritual principles of science and mind, which he formulated in that moment. So I want to go over these beliefs because it was set out with Dr. Holmes in 1927. So we always call it New Thought, but we always say it started long before then, and it isn't necessarily New Thought, but our new thinking, our new way of thinking is what we can nurture and grow and develop and have that new life. So we have read this list of what we believe for ourselves, in ceremonies, and we always revisit them in classes. So the first one right off the top is, and if you want, you can close your eyes when you hear me read the beliefs, because just take it in. So we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all of creation, but not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. And that's what it is. It is the beginning of everything and everyone. It exists as the essence of each of us, and God gets to experience life through us as us. That infinite self-knowingness of God is so vast, so beyond our thinking. Our minds can't actually encompass the vastness and to describe it, but we can grow it and start to understand it, and it's always an evolving thing. We must constantly grow our conception of God. So the next one, we believe in the incarnation of spirit in all people, and that all people are incarnations of one spirit. Yeah. So the first one is God. One. The next one is the unity. We are made of that God stuff. We are spirit through and through. If you consider every cell of our being, there is that divine intelligence within each of us, knowing exactly what it is to do to make our physical body that which is our mode of being ourselves in service to this life we call God. We are one with this one mind, body, heart, and soul. We are one in that divine wholeness, inseparable. We are individualizations of that spirit. Unity, that's what it is. Next one. We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation from all discord of our every nature, and that our goal is sure to be attained by all. That's a really tall order. Here in our human lives, we actually end up being lonely, stuck. We feel separate. We feel distant. We feel disconnected. It is not that we have been abandoned, but if we don't know that we have the option to free ourselves, and we don't look at that root cause of separation, then where do we go with it? We can stay in that stuckness. So to heal this thought, the truth of unity is revealed. We are one with all life. We are to be free and full of the joy of life. When I was researching and looking at some things for this talk, I came across this piece of writings from a man from the United Church. And he quoted Romans 8, verse 31. So I ask, if God is for us, who's against us? This is the message of God's everlasting love. Love for me, love for you, love for all of us. We are its beloveds. This universe is conspiring for me, for you, for everyone, not against. And when we realize that, we can liberate ourselves and take that responsibility around the conditions of our life and how we respond to them. So as with everything, something shows up in your life when you're kind of examining it and trying to make those changes and shifts in your life. So I had an opportunity that showed up to me this week. And my response was unconscious, but it still was mine. And the response was not really that great. It wasn't a great way to feel. It was undesirable. I got real cranky about it. I felt like I was being rubbed up against on the rough side of a sandpaper. It did not feel physically good at all. And because it had such a strong response, and trust me, I didn't let it go too long. I knew I had to sit down with this and ponder it and find out what is really going on under the surface. So once I sat with it, I understood that this present circumstance made me respond the way I did was because it was triggering an old event in my life. It did not take me too long, and it became very clear that what triggered this and who triggered these feelings. It was replicated a few days ago because I was harboring the hurt I felt as a young girl when it originally showed up. I know for me, it was time to clear it because it was so definite. It needed my attention. And I was willing to clear it and love it up and forgive it and let it go. And understanding that discord meant for me was needing to, it wasn't anything against me. It was to show me what had to be unearthed from the past. So I did. I was grateful to the person who triggered it this past week for me. And I knew that that was a gift in coming together and allowing this to come to the surface. But once I got to this point, I knew that I could now use our powerful tool, which is in our next belief. We believe that the universal spirit operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon us. This is the creative process. Before I go on, I would like to invite Lamech to give his treatment. This is the perfect spot for you, Lamech. Where are you? There, are you there? I know I kind of sprung this on you, but here we go.
Spirit is everywhere.
Okay.
And everything. The Spirit is me, and it is you. God is the omnipotent presence in everyone and everything. God is the healing power of the universe, which is whole, perfect, and complete. God is within everyone and everything, for God is all there is. I affirm this truth today, knowing that there is a common field of grace that carries all life into its high and richest expression. I understand this expression to be the inherently perfect, whole, and complete expression of God in all its glory. I know that I am one with all life and know all life to be a demonstration of this awesome force of grace, light, energy, a demonstration of this rising love I name God. As I know that this is my truth, I claim this for all. I know that there is a divine source that celebrates the awesomeness of God's creations. I claim that each one is perfect, whole, and complete, that each one lives with the understanding that wholeness is their divine nature. It is the divine design, divine plan for each one's life, for it's all there is. I claim that each one is peaceful, calm, and comforted in everything they do, and are totally and completely surrounded in Froggy Friday's love. That Froggy Friday's love spreads out and touches others. That Froggy Friday is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness towards self and others. In this moment, each one is surrounded by the healing power of the Spirit. I found this peace and claim all the healing power that is, the Spirit is always present in each one's life. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I know this truth. I stand in the gratitude today as grace, light's energy carries this prayer into the deepest recess of the awesomeness, creative power of the universe, and waves its pattern into the richest tapestry of life that is unfolding now and does forever more. I release my words into the infinite law of the universe that only says yes. Yes. Knowing that it's already accomplished, I allow God to work its magic. And so it is.
Oh,
God is, I am, and so it is.
oh,
And so it is.
And so it is.
fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, thank you so much, Lamech. Thank you for being spontaneous as well. That it was just in the moment. I had that download of God coming through and saying, bring Lamech on. When we talk about spiritual mind treatment as a tool, it is one of our best and unique tools to this teaching. And what a beautiful treatment. This is a place of love and joy. And we want to express it and be it and emanate it, embody it, embrace it. And I know that each and every one of us can feel that energy of that love. So thank you, Lamech. Thank you. It is done. It is done. So I will repeat that one. We believe that the universal presence or spirit operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon it. That's exactly what Lamech did. He impressed those thoughts, that realization step, into that spiritual mind treatment, into that creative process, into that space of universal mind where the law is, and it is so. We treat by using this creative process methodically and intentionally. So once I gained clarity as to the root of my experience, I was ready to use that affirmative prayer to reveal the truth of my being. And that is intentional using that creative process. That we now know that the creative medium of the universe accepts and receives that new thought, our new desire, and it can only say yes, and it is done. Seed, soil, plant. I have had such great moments of gratitude knowing that this prayer, this effective method of prayer, spiritual mind treatment, exists for me to use it. It is a great joy to pass it on and share it with others, because it is the perfect recipe for changing conditions, changing and creating full, happy, and expanded lives backed with conviction and faith to fuel it. Ernest Holmes says, we shall use that there is an infinite spirit operating through an infinite and immutable law. In this cosmos, not chaos, finds an eternal existence in reality. Love points the way, the law makes it possible. Next one. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through the intuitive and spiritual nature of each person, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling of God. We have that inner knower within us. We just have to open ourselves up and tap into that. We have that power of intuition to be divinely guided. And I believe so many ways that the priority of our life is to grow and nurture our relationship with our indwelling God, that divine presence within, and have that continuous access to our internal compass that is always present to guide us. And yet, lots of times we think we can do it better. We can just go ahead and do it alone. So why do we ignore that chance to tap into that infinite source? Is it arrogance? Is it ignorance? Is it thoughtlessness? Are we in such a hurry that we just rush into action? Just jump into the doingness of life rather than open to the universe for the answers? I'm going to let each of you answer that question for yourself. We serve ourselves so much better with the spiritual practice of knowing what we know when we know it. It feels good, it feels centering, and it feels uplifting when we are following that divine guidance. Being still, connecting with the breath, becoming open and receptive to receiving that download from God. One of my most receptive times, and I cherish this time, is I'm just waking up in the morning, barely awake, just in that space of awake and sleep. And I just breathe into it and allow the presence of that moment, because I am usually gifted with such insight and messages and inspiration. There's other times, of course, in meditation and in prayer. We have other spiritual principles that Ernest Holmes wrote that special day during that interview. Another one is, we believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere is universal energy of everything and everyone. So within, so without. We believe in that eternality, the immortality and the continuity of the individual soul, forever and ever expanding. This is our very essence of who we are. It never dies, it never ends, and we are on that ever spiraling continuum. And when we leave this earth plane into our next journey, who knows what we will truly experience? But we get to go on into that next journey called life, beyond the veil. We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. Have we not all had those really blissful, joyous times in our life that it feels like heaven? It is a state of mind. It's not a place. It's not a destiny. It is that euphoria that we can experience right here on this earth plane when we have that joy and buoyant times and experiences. We all know we've had those experiences of hell. Hell on earth describes some of those really dark times, those times of loneliness, of separateness, of sadness, of despair. That's our hell. That's another state of mind, another consciousness. It's not a destination as well. We believe that heaven is within us. Next, we believe in the healing of the sick through the power of this mind. That's wholeness. Health is our inherent birthright. All is connected, mind, body, and spirit. The revelation of wholeness is perfect health. These principles are the whole system of God, divinely, orderly, precise, unchanging. These principles are our foundation for religious science. The root of the word principle is Latin for source. Principle serves as a foundation to our belief system. When something is going on in your life, go back to principle. When we are experiencing discord, go back to principle. When we are experiencing even happiness, go to principle. Principle will guide us, will move us through and navigate us through our life. We have a map, and we just have to map out our own destination and direct that destiny where we want to go, where we want to intentionally direct. We are the directors of our life. We are the captains of our ship. It would be, and it was a practice for me at one time, and I think I might even go back to it after I've done this talk, is I take one principle and I meditate on it and journal on it, and I deepen into each one as to the meaning of it. I invite you to do the same. Our classes have now been revised to include all the principles as well as spiritual practices in each one to emphasize those foundations of our teaching. When we have word of mouth that brings that awareness to what we're experiencing because we know this teaching or we're stepping into this teaching, it sparks curiosity in others. So we have discovery classes, which gives inviting information to join classes to learn more of this enriching, life-giving philosophy teaching. Gatherings like Froggy Friday and classes are building blocks to build connection and community and support as we glean the wisdom of science of mind and new thoughts. Sharing this philosophy because it is not ours to keep, it is meant to be shared. And I know all of you have done a real good job of that because our classes have grown. We've expanded out into Kenya in ways that we never ever dreamed possible. But of course, God knew better. Ernest Holmes says, in our ignorance of truth, we have misused the highest power we possess. And I know each of you here has experienced new life by the education of this teaching and applying it to your lives. We have new classes starting. We have roots, revealing wholeness and visioning. There is no more ignorance as to what life is. We can't just go through life in a stupor. We are awakened and becoming more aware of the spiritual truth of our being and becoming more empowered to live that enriched life full of love, joy, prosperity, in common unity with all of us that are on this call today and beyond. and we have the health and vitality to move through our lives and share this teaching. And so it is. I can't see anybody until I come back to the screen. Yes, let's sing, Barb. This one. If you want, you can unmute yourselves and we'll just, like Barb says, popcorn it, and we'll have a real good time, party time. It's party time. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Barb. Oh, you're gonna have to unmute. Love is my soul. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Finish it off. Take it
God
home.
is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me
God is my
everything
my power.
I need.
He gave me everything.
Barb, I think our choir is growing and
I'm
growing
telling you.
and growing.
I'm telling you, I love it. I love it.
I want to welcome Nancy next. We're going to have her present the certificate and talk about classes and how it's expanded. So Barb's going to bring up the certificate and Nancy is going to announce the recipients.
Okay,
So,
we have
Nancy.
Rachel Owendi, James Adero,
Thank you.
Philip Sumba,
Thank you.
Daniel Oko,
Daniel couldn't join us today. He's on safari.
Christine Katima,
Thank you.
Christopher Okello, Patrick Ngugi,
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Motunga, Masi Mokua, Lamek member,
I receive with gratitude.
Paul Kiduthia, Grace Chege,
Okay. Beautiful. Everybody just give a big hand. That was for the financial freedom course.
Thank you.
Oh.
We are happy. Thank you so
Congratulations
much.
on your
Gratitude.
achievement.
Mm.
Nancy, have you got something to say about all these peeps and the growing, expanding courses and classes? And
yes, sure. So Reverend Gwen called me the day before yesterday. It was late. It was about 6 o'clock in the evening. And she said, like, we're going to be presenting the most recent certificates on Friday. Can you do a little bit of a talk and then we can do the presentation. Of course, I said yes, but I'm really sorry when I was tired. We didn't exchange a lot of pleasantries. Sorry about that. I was tired.
you fessed up to being tired. I understand.
I had spent the most part of the day printing the workbooks for the next classes, which are starting next month, which is next week. And as I print, it's tons now. It's not like the way it used to be before. It's tons of papers. And I look at it and I am just so grateful because I can see the numbers are growing. I can see there is the thirst for that knowledge and for knowing of this truth. And I love that little bit that I do in the group when I post the classes that are coming up, and students have to copy paste and put in their names. Because for me, that is like an affirmation of saying, yes, that I am willing to take this class. So yes, that is nice. So we did the conference last year in end of January. And that is when I can say that CSL Kenya really opened up for us. I remember there were so many people there, and after the conference, there were a lot of questions like, where can we get this information? Because we had invited so many people who did not even know that we existed. And I'm happy to say that I know of people who have joined classes because they attended that conference. Hi, Patrick.
Yeah.
He was front row all the way.
Still
Yes,
is.
it was really something. So we have between that time and now, and we are not yet even halfway through the year, I just had a glance of the certificates that have been issued by the CSL Home Office. And up to today, I actually counted 62 of the ones that have completed the classes and the courses. And it just blows my mind. That is really, really awesome. And that does not include the classes that have been taken since the beginning of 2021. So that is mostly 2020 crossing over to the first part of 2021. So that is something really exciting. There are so many choices. I think we are spoiled for choice now of the classes that are there. Other than, yes, we are spoiled for choice. Other than the people who are coming on to 101 and, beginning, and the people who are continuing to the next level from wherever they are. We have other classes that have come in between that people can choose and decide, this is what I want to take for now. So there are really many, and the students are there. I know Michelle sometimes has to tell some students like, just take what you can handle for now, because people want to take this class and that class, and keep on piling them up. And she has to keep telling them, yes, the class we are still going to offer the class again at some other time. So just take what you can handle for now. I also want to appreciate that we have had so many teachers come on board from your end. Thank you for that. Thank you for the time. Thank you for that, saying yes to that call of service. And of course, you're a big contributing factor to our center growing. I call CSL Kenya my family. I've watched it grow to proportions that end so quickly, especially in the recent year. To a proportion that I did not imagine. Who would have thought that we would have known how to conduct classes on Zoom with the freezing screens and the technical hitches and our power craziness, and always somebody asking, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? You're
on mute. You're on mute.
Yes. So it has been really an exponential growth that I have observed. We moved offices, and our current address is at the current shopping center. I would love to invite people to come on board. We have tons of books that came in during the conference. You just don't have to stick to the books that are in the curriculum for the classes that you're taking. There are tons and tons of books that are in the library. Come in, step in, you know, share your views. You can even tell me when I'm there, like, I don't think there are those people who do interior design. Come, let's build this center. This is our place. Come and tell me, let's move this here. Let's do this. Let's add flowers here. Let's add a carpet. Let's add, you know, all that input. This is your family, and I would like you to feel that you belong and you are part of this. Yes, James Kisumu on board. Thank you. I love that Kisumu is in the house, Kisi is in the house, everybody is in the house, and it's beautiful. So other than the normal classes, we also have Fun Day School. Fun Day School is like Sunday school for children. And I secretly think that the teachers who are in this class tend to enjoy it more than the students. There is singing, there is dancing, there is drawing, there is sharing stories, there is so much. Michelle needs to let us know whether adults are invited, but come on, bring on your kids onto Fun Day School. It's a lot of fun, and the children grow and they get to learn in a fun way about who they are. They learn about who God is and their relationship to this God. And you can see, or at least I can see, my daughter is in that class, and I can see the difference, the confidence she has. She speaks out, and she's kind of like getting to know who she is from a point that is not fear-based. Yeah. And one of her most favorite thing that she says is, "You are the face of God." And that has just stuck with her. And it is beautiful to see them getting to know that kind of thing from such a young age. I am actually envious. The kind of a learning I've had to do is just incredible. So it's good for them. Bring your little ones to that class. And maybe also we can communicate the ages for that class. I have just seen Michelle put out something for the youth as well. I know they have had it before. I can see they'll be offering it on Thursdays. So let the youth come on and also learn what it is. Let them come and know the truth of who they are in an environment where there is love and there is understanding and there is no judgment. It's just, you know, like getting this awareness and expansion of consciousness of who we truly are. Yes. So that is our center. And what else do we have? Oh yes, we have the online presence. Okay, we have our platforms. We have our FB page, that is Facebook page. You can get in there and see what is happening. We boast of Mindful Monday, where we have inspirational quotes. We have Treatment Tuesdays, where students and give contributions of their treatment. And I can say I have been seeing fantastic treatments. I remember in one of the meetings, in one of the groups that we have, we were just talking about how we used to learn before and how we are learning now and how advanced they are, that somebody can actually do a complete treatment. I mean, Lamech, congratulations, that is fantastic. Yeah. And we also have blogs by Reverend Barb and Reverend Gwen. So stop by and get lots of inspiration. And for those of you who miss past Froggy Friday reunions, you can always get them on YouTube. So I want to appreciate everyone who is making this community, who is making this family work. It is a real blessing to have all of you on board. This is very close to my heart, yeah, because it takes me back to the beginning and Connie and how this has unfolded, and I am so sure that where she's just smiling, I am sure she just gets goosebumps at seeing how this has just grown and grown and grown. So I am very grateful for everybody who makes this possible. Let us keep our light shining. Let us keep this love in service for this center. This is our family. This is who we are. And I believe that we will keep on growing because this is love. This is truth. Yes, thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you.
Nancy.
You make me cry. You make me
Oh,
cry. So beautifully put.
and you
So
know, I believe that we need our children. We need to support our children because they are the foundation. Like they are the future.
Microphone is off.
Yes, yes. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, 2 days notice and look what she does. Woo.
Michelle
Watch
has
out,
raised her
world.
hand. Where did she go? Michelle, you've raised your hand. Where are you? There you are.
I just wanted to say that the Mindful Monday out on the website is actually Louisa. She's one of our teens. She's only 13, and she's totally in charge of Mindful Monday. She sends me the memes. And we also have a Wow Wednesday. So we have Patrick's poetry, Philip's poetry. So you should check that out. And then our exciting news is that starting in June, all of our classes will have Kenyan teacher assistants helping out in our classes. Kareth, Paul, Alfred, Christine. So we're starting to the path of handing over our teaching experience.
And don't forget our ministerial program that we run every week. And we've got Christine and Wilkester and Rosiah and Elena. And we're, you know, we are so postured. I just said to our team yesterday that we are not getting ready. We are in trajectory. We are in it. We're not getting
look
ready.
around, look around. Everybody do this on your screen.
Yeah.
And we are one. We're all together. We are unified.
I love us. And Reverend Gwen, I loved your talk today. And I loved your treatment today, Lamech. And, you know, when you talk about the spiritual principles, Gwen, I'm moved because when we became ministers, when we became practitioners, when we became ordained, when we share anything, those principles are recited and they are my sacred vows. That's how I feel. They're my vows. And I'm so, so moved. I'm reading what Kareth has said.
Let's all just take a deep breath. This has been a good day. Any comments? We have like 6 minutes.
We're going to do our affirmations, Gwen.
Oh, we can quickly do those, Barb. Let's do those.
Do you want to do them now?
Sure, because everybody can unmute to join in on the affirmations, and then if they have a question. So I am divinely guided.
I am
divinely guided.
I know and trust my inner voice.
I know and trust my inner voice.
And trust my inner voice.
I live with purpose, aware of my choices.
I live with purpose, aware of my choices.
Aware of my choices.
And so it is.
And so it is. So it is.
Michelle Kaler, Michael wants to know what time Fun Day School is so his kids can join. We are witnessing this right now, Michael.
7 p.m. Saturdays.
7 p.m. Michael, Saturdays.
They need scissors, glue, paper, and markers.
Thank you for asking.
Yes. I am so grateful that we have our children because I too am envious of them, Nancy. Like, you know, they get this right from the get-go. But, you know, I think our children are more open and ready and receptive. So they didn't forget where they came from. Like we had to go through all that and then remember who we are. So our children are our blessing.
I always say when we want to know who we are, go and ask a schoolroom full of kindergartners or grade oneers. They'd have all the answers, every single one of them.
Exactly. We'll have to post some of their artwork on Facebook, Michelle.
And we are also open to receive our via donation from our webpage. If you're so enlightened to share your financial abundance with us, everything is important. Every little penny, even if it is a penny, is so vital and so important and goes such a long way in making a difference in the lives of everybody, not just our babies, but our students and our entire community. Thank you, Pat. So if you want to donate, please feel free to contribute to us. We are so, so grateful for your contribution in advance.
And it grows you and your consciousness of prosperity. Yeah. Have you still got your hand up, Michelle? No. Okay.
Okay.
Michael, you're unmuted. Philip, you're unmuted. Have you got a comment? Comment. Philip, you're pretty new to
Well-
this teaching. Like, how are you doing with that?
Well, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Michael.
Yes, I want to say that I'm so excited and happy to be back. I've been having some challenges here there, but I'm very happy to be back and to join my family.
We're so happy to receive you and share with you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Nice to see you, Michael.
And the babies are good?
Yeah, babies are good. Actually, they have gone to sleep. We are still missed electricity today, but I'm glad that my phone has some power.
Good.
So
Good.
actually, I had planned all of us to join, but still we don't have electricity. So maybe next time we shall
that'd
be in
sweet.
with all my
That'd be
family.
sweet. That
We would
be
love
sweet.
that. We would love that.
Yeah.
And of course, Kisumu and Kisi, these are all our satellite areas. We are growing.
Next Froggy Friday is June 11th, so maybe they can join us then, as well as everybody
I'll
else.
be-
Always
I'll
love
be doing the talk on that day. I'll be doing the talk, and then on June 25th, Reverend Gwen and I are doing a special celebration because it will be the 1 year, close to the 1 year passing of our sweet Reverend Connie. So we'd love if you could all
We're gonna
join.
make it special.
Yes, we'll join all of our count us in.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
sing all of her songs. Even the bump and grind songs that she liked.
Oh dear. Oh
Okay,
dear.
good.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
If you knew Connie, you knew what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I want to say something, but I'm not going to. Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
Michelle,
we'll do an
please.
honoring. So if everybody has a light or a candle, maybe we'll light that for the service. As long
That's
as
a nice
it's safe.
idea.
So bring a light and we'll shine our light and light
Or
up
our
Connie
phone.
for the 25th. Yeah. We'll give you more heads up around it once we get more sure of our plans.
But next
Well-
time is June 11th, and Reverend Gwen and I will be here with bells on, and we bless you. We love you. We celebrate you. We embrace you. And we are so grateful for you. Thank you to everyone who was signing on today. And I would ask Jerry and Amelia and Tende if you'll stick around. Michelle, even if you'd stick around, if you have a minute, sister, that would be beautiful. And we will see everybody else in 2
Sweet
weeks.
dreams. Sweet dreams to everyone. Have a blessed
gonna
sleep
stop
and wake
recording.
up renewed, recharged.